here's some fun facts for this fun Wednesday. Did you know Michigan is home to more than 360 bird species, 44 spider species, and 13 unique toad species? And the ancient lake sturgeon that swims in the Great Lakes is one of the oldest fish known in North America. Oh. But of course, if we were to list every cool thing about Michigan wildlife, honestly, we'd be here for weeks, months, years
probably. But we're not going to tell you about them. We're going to introduce you to them instead. And Claudia is going to help us do that over at the Wildside Rehab Center in Eaton Rapids. She's there right now. Claudia, what can you tell us?
All right, you guys, I have the perfect person who can tell us all about these animals. This is Jonah. Jonah is a part of the Wildside Rehab Center. Thank you so much, Jonah, we're in the bird room, bringing us to the bird room.
Yes.
All right, so you are kind of like the bird whisperer. You take care of so many birds, but we actually have one here right now. So who is this?
This is a sandhill crane. So these guys are found all over the fields. Unlike herons, they're not like water birds. They are specifically field birds. They eat a lot of mice, a lot of rodents, a lot of bugs. So this lady right here, she came in with a broken leg, and you can see there's a little bit of a lump near the bottom of her, or near her ankle there. So that's where the break was, and so far it is healed enough that she is able to walk, as you can see.
Yeah.
So she came from Howell about a month and a half ago, and now she is doing quite well, and hopefully will end up being released up in the Roscommon area.
Yeah. Well, that's so exciting, and we're kind of just going over the food that it takes. She eats, for a baby, she eats a ton of mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really expensive. So
yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit. How much mice does she eat, or how much could she eat?
Can she eat? She could probably eat upwards of an entire bag of like 25, 30 mice a day.
Wow.
These guys can subsist almost purely on rodents. We use pellets as a supplement just to try to bring that cost down a little bit.
Yeah.
But some of these guys get very, very picky about what they eat, and she particularly likes her mice.
Oh, she does. Yes, she has a nice, mature palate. Let's say that. So let's talk about someone else, because she is beautiful in here, but you have so many other birds. I can hear them flippity flapping around me.
Yes.
So who else are you going to show us today?
Alrighty. So over here we have a red-tail.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So we get a lot of red-tailed hawks, especially about this time of year. These guys usually come in during this time of year with just starving. We get a lot of juvies that were born this year, haven't quite learned how to hunt yet. So they end up starving and not able to help themselves, and then they end up here. We feed them up, we overwinter them and release them in the spring. That way they get a second chance. This guy in particular is actually a head trauma case. He had a, let's see if he'll turn his head for us. So he was hit by a car, so if you can see, his right eye looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
So he's still recovering. It's still slightly non-sighted. Hey, look. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're still slightly non-sighted, but we are healing, and it is slowly getting better, and hopefully within the next month or so he'll be releasable.
Oh, that's so sweet. And you guys do so much good work here, but you guys couldn't do it, of course, without help, support, donations, food donations, and we're going to talk about all of that and how you can help amazing animals just like this one you just saw here at the Wildside Rehab Center, and that's coming up right after the break, so stay with us. We'll see you in 3 minutes.